I'm Carlotta A, and I am an electrical engineering professor, a robotics engineer, and controls engineer. Welcome to part 9 of my journey to STEM. I'm now in full swing STEM. I have just received my master's degree in electrical engineering with a thesis on a PLC controller and a PID controller for the bending layer at the windshield plant that I worked at Ford Motor Company. I knew I wasn't going back because it just had been a toxic place. And now I am 1 year into my job at Detroit Edison. Absolutely love it. Glad I went so that I could see I could work as an engineer in a place that wasn't toxic. But I knew I really just wanted to get my PhD and be an engineering professor. I applied to several schools, but I'm also a Southern girl and it was cold. So once I got into Vanderbilt, I knew I was going to Vanderbilt because I was going home and I was going south and I was going to want warmer weather. So I became a graduate student in the Intelligent Robotics Lab at Vanderbilt. Absolutely loved it. They knew from my statement of purpose that my goal was to be a professor. That's probably rare for a lot of PhDs, but because they knew that from the very beginning, I got lots of opportunities to develop as an educator, not just a researcher. So I was my professor's teaching assistant in controls. I also taught circuits labs. I tutored middle school, high school, and college students. And in addition to that, I did my research. I love being in school. I love learning. I love being a grad student. I love being a grad student at home so I could still do all the things I did as an engineer with my friends. I still went on cruises. I still went on ski weekends. I still did all of those things that allowed me to have that work-life balance that I didn't have while working around the clock as a plant engineer at Ford. The only frustration about it is I came in with my master's, but it still took me 6 years to get my PhD because one, picking a topic, two, my advisor added another advisor. So now I was co-advised and had to basically follow the directions of two different people. But despite all of that, after 6 years, I got my PhD with a focus on human robot interaction, designing an interface to remotely control a mobile robot. And now I'm about to start my first tenure track job as a professor. Please come back for part 10. Are we on 10? I think we're on 10 next. Stay STEMtastic.